Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that taught us this word. Uh, Today I just wanted to talk about, conducting yourself and how to conduct yourself in this truth. The different emotions that you go through, like depression, anger, and how you're really supposed to just kind of deal with it and just walk with all confidence in this truth. You gotta walk as the king, as a true Hebrew Israelite man, and not be all down and that woe is me spirit. You just deal with the demons, because the demons are gonna plague your mind, your thoughts, but you gotta just stronghold through it. The first scripture I want to get is 2nd Ezra 14:13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Now that you come into this truth, man, you got to put your house in order, reprove thy people, and comfort such that be in trouble. Comfort the brotherhood, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. You gotta put that weak nature off, man, that woe is me spirit, that depressed spirit, even though you're supposed to be in sorrow, go to the house of mourning rather than the house of feasting, but you're supposed to carry yourself in a way, that's positive, walk with your head upright, know that you're in this truth, have confidence in Yahweh Yahushai, that they're going to deliver, the elect, and pray that you're a part of that elect, and deal with it. Second scripture is Ephesians 4:26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Yeah, so you're supposed to be angry. You wake up to this truth and you realize the position that we're supposed to be in. You realize you've been lied to your whole life. You realize you're supposed to be on top, but you're at the very bottom. Your spiritual eye begins to open up and you can perceive different things. It makes you very angry. You're supposed to be angry, because that's what's going to give you that motivation to strive in this truth. But you're not supposed to sin. You're not supposed to be out there buck wild, acting stupid out there in the streets. That's a mistake that a lot of new guys make. They come into the truth and they go out there and get into fights and stuff, being all carnal. You're not supposed to have that carnal mind, man. You're supposed to be spiritual at all times. Yeah, the second scripture I want to get it, third scripture rather, is Matthew 10:39. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. Yeah, so you don't want to find your life in this world, man. You don't want to be on top. You don't want to have, all the riches and all that, because the Lord only deals with the lowly, the humble, the contrite in spirit. And that's how you have to think about it, man. You got to be basically on the bottom, but still have that kingship mentality, Third scripture is Ecclesiastes 1:18. For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth in sorrow. So yeah, you're going to go through those feelings, man. You're going to go through depression. You're going to feel like it actually feels like an actual heavy weight is on you at times, man. You'll be laying down on the couch and you feel like there's pressure on you, man, because you're just so down and out. But what do you do when you feel like that, man? You got to go back to the scriptures. You got to go to the Comforter. Think about the kingdom. Read about our history, the book of Judges. Read about the 37 of the 38 mighty men, 37 mighty men, excuse a lot. That always uplifts my spirit, hearing about the different wars that we fought in our actual history, But another thing you can do is drink, That's what the wine is here for. It's Proverbs 31:6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be heavy of hearts. So you're sitting in your house, in your tent, and you're drinking, that's okay, man. Put that sorrow off, sip on some wine, relax, kick back. Your boss been stressing you all day at work. You come home and just sip on some wine, man. That helps That'll help you deal with it. Yeah, give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish. Ones that are ready to die. You're ready to check out of this world, man. Because all the hell you're catching. Yeah. And wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. But like I said, you got to carry yourself with confidence that there is going to come a day, when the Lord is going to return, and he's going to establish his kingdom right here on the planet Earth, and the elect is going to be joint heirs with him, man. And that day is coming. You watch the news, these prophecies, these wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. All these prophecies are coming to pass. The chip, they're starting to roll out with the chip in different countries. Just watch out for these prophecies and just have confidence that it's going to come to pass. And have confidence in that faith in Yahweh Yahushai, that you're a part of that number, man. This is Isaiah 30:15. For thus saith the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall ye be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not. Yeah, that confidence is your strength, that faith is your strength, man. That faith, that evidence of things not seen, that confidence. You look that word up, confidence, in etymology, it means firmly trusting, bold, like when you have confidence when you're out, you're going to talk to a woman or whatever, you just know you're going to get her, you just know you're going to get that number, because you have that look, you have that swagger about you. You got that confidence. You have to have that same mentality when dealing with this truth, man. When the demons are plaguing your mind, you're having those moral thoughts. You got to shun all that off and fight it. Fight them demons, man. Yeah, it means firmly trusting, bold. Be bold in this truth, man. He didn't give his prophets a spirit of fear. To have full trust or reliance. To trust. Gotta put your faith right here. See faith. Right there. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Confidence in what? Scriptures speak about a kingdom, about our kingdom coming up, and you have to have that faith that day is coming, man. So you got to read scriptures like this. This last scripture I'm going to get is the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities shall they remember themselves. You're seeing that right now. And that's talking about in this captivity right now, because this is the only captivity that we went through to where we didn't know who we were. So we didn't know that we were Israel. And as you can see through the internet, through YouTube, the unicorn, you can see that we're starting to remember ourselves, man. More and more camps are springing up. More and more people are waking up. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name. Yeah, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, man. That's what we're doing. We're praising the Lord right now in the land of our captivity, and we're thinking upon his name, man. Not all camps are doing that. Not everybody's teaching the true name. But here at GMS, we teach the true name. Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai. We push that name. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck, and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it. And that's what we're looking for, man, a deliverance, and being brought back again into our land of Israel. And I will bring them again into the land which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, rulers, kings, and really the whole planet. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their power, and they shall be my people, and I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. So yeah, this is the last go around, man. This is the last captivity. We never have to serve another nation again. We'll be kings and priests, man. That's something you have to think upon. That when you're down and out, you're going through them griefs, you're going through them sorrows, depression, just keep your head up, walk with that confidence and that faith, and know that this is our last go around, man. Most High's gonna get us out of here. You just gotta have that confidence and that faith to believe in it, man, and know it's true. Just walk with your head up, man. That's all I got for now. Shalom.